Man, these speakers are awful. What if I built some open baffle speakers? The world's smallest open baffle speakers. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Sapele. This is sapele, also known as African mahogany. It kind of looks like a mahogany. It's beautiful. Love this stuff. And I didn't know I had any left over, so this is gonna be perfect because it's gonna look really, really nice. The only thing is I have to make sure that I have some 1/2 inch, which I did, because I'm gonna use this for the bass and this for the speakers. This is gonna be nice.
For this project, I picked out the perfect tool, the Creality Falcon 2 laser. Now, not only is this going to allow me to not have to be in the room while it's cutting, but it also allows me to have some really tight tolerances so that these can all be compression fit. That's really important with these drivers because they are a little bit harder to mount if you can't compression fit these. So this laser worked out perfectly. I love the variable air assist that comes with this, as well as the triple monitoring system, because it's really easy to identify if there's anything going on with my machine that I need to quickly attend to. Now this is 1/4 inch hardwood, and I was able to cut this through at 300 millimeters a minute, and it only took 2 passes, although I did do a third just to make sure it cut all the way through. Although it was really probably unnecessary. Normally I would pick the drivers with all the parameters that you want, but in this particular case, these are the drivers I actually had on hand, and I thought they'd be fun for a project like this. So I had this BMR, and these cost around $8. They're just 2-inch BMR drivers that are a full range driver, so you don't necessarily need a high end, but I always wanted to use these PT Mini 6s. These mini planar tweeters are about $12 to $15. They're very inexpensive, and they're going to work perfectly for a project like this because they cross over really high, and that 2-inch driver can play really high. So it should be a pretty nice match. As you can tell though, the mounting on these, not the greatest. That's why we want to make sure that they compression fit well. Now I wasn't really sure exactly what angle I wanted, so I just eyeballed it and ended up at 25 degrees. And of course I also cut down the speaker as I had oversized that since I didn't know the angle. Now I did press fit these in there like I said I would earlier, but I was afraid that over time with these leaning backwards, the tweeters might fall out. So I added some black gasket maker that you can get at any auto parts store, and that worked really good at keeping it in there, or at least so far. Now it's time to measure the drivers and create the crossover. Now this crossover did cross over 4 kilohertz second order on both the woofer and the tweeter, along with a simple L pad. I tried a couple different resistors on the L pad, and really with a 1 ohm resistor it looked like the best, but honestly I preferred the 2 and the 1.5 ohm resistor. Don't worry about knowing what the exact values are. I'll go ahead and throw those down in the plans in the description of the video.
So interestingly enough, I did this kind of just because I had these speakers on hand, right? I mean, these are $8 drivers, and I think they're like $12 drivers. I mean, these are about $20 worth of drivers, pretty cheap. I literally get these, picking them up at Parts Express when they're on, well, when I basically need a couple more things to add on to my cart just to get the free shipping. And I really wanted to use that laser. That Creality Falcon 2 laser is awesome. And I literally spent the time with my family the entire time while the production was going, well, I can't say the entire time, but most of the production was going on. Designing it, designing down the computer while I was with my family, cutting it. I could start to cut, leave. I mean, all that is great. So I got to save some time in there, and I got to use some pretty inexpensive speakers. Didn't think much of them. However, they actually sound really good. In fact, better than any small desktop speakers I've ever owned, which is surprising and actually pretty cool. And I really like that tweeter. Just has a really nice sound to it. It doesn't get a lot of range, and so that's why pairing it with something like this was a really good idea. Now, having said that, there are some things that you need to think about. One, 200 hertz is about max you're getting out of this. After that, you're going to want to add a high pass of some kind. Now, I would recommend probably a digital high pass using some type of crossover board. Well, actually, I wouldn't use a crossover board. I would probably use one of Dayton's new KABD boards where you can do like a digital crossover on there and then add a subwoofer in. A small subwoofer that'll go 200 hertz down below, something like the Tangband W5. I have some great plans using that subwoofer if you're interested, like the passive radiator voxel. That would be a really great pairing with something like this. This would be a really nice system. Having said that, because there's not much weight to these, when you get these playing, these can actually walk on you, walk forward. So it might be smart to add some weight back there and also add some feet. I did add some feet on mine, some rubber feet, because they were actually vibrating on the table. So, you know, something that you're also going to want to keep in mind. And honestly, some different feet might actually fix that problem as well. I just put some really cheap rubber feet on there that I had on hand. Overall, I gotta say this is actually a really fun little project. And if you're looking for something cheap to do, I would definitely recommend doing this. And if you're looking for like a tool that can help you while you're building speakers that would be fun to, you know, start prototyping with, I like that Creality Falcon 2. It's a really nice laser. And it's not that too terribly expensive for, you know, as far as tools cost, especially one that can save you so much time. All right, guys, this is Toyd's DIY Audio. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. As for me, I'm gonna go back and listen to some more music. I'll see you guys later. Come on, let's listen to some more of that Diala, whatever.